Hi everyone! So we're on the second topic about interest. So the first one is about simple interest. Now, we have compound interest. So si compound interest, i-define muna natin ano ba yung idea when we say compound interest. So these are interest earned by the principal which is not paid at the end of each interest period, but is considered added to the principal and therefore will also earn interest for the succeeding periods. Kumbaga, ang sabi sa definition ni compound, yung interest niya doon sa unang interest period ay hindi mo na babayaran or hindi mo kinukuha. Kaya, napapasama siya or nadadagdag siya doon sa principal mo for the second interest. So, mas lumalaki yung utang mo. Ganun yung idea ni compound interest. So, let me put the definition here. So, illustrate natin ng konti ano ba yung idea niya. So, let's say you are given or you borrowed 100 pesos with 10% interest. Okay? So, yun yung binigay sa yung interest rate. Ngayon, kapag kay compound interest, yung 100 pesos mo, di ba, kapag kinompute mo, magkano ang babayaran ko sa unang interest period? So, gagawin mo, i-multiply mo lang si 100 by 10% o we have 0.1. So, ngayon, ilan daw ang babayarang interest? You have 10 pesos. Okay? That is the interest. Ang sabi sa definition ni compound, not paid at the end of each interest period. Kumbaga, hindi mo nakuha or hindi mo binayaran. Kaya, si 10 pesos will be added to the principal. So, para sa second interest period, kapag nag-interest ka ulit, ano na ang mangyayari? Si 100, hindi na 100. Ang utang mo na para sa second interest period ay 100 plus 10 is 110 times 0.1. And that is equal to 11 pesos. So, mas lumaki na yung interest mo para sa second period. Ngayon, hindi mo ulit siya nabayaran. Ano ang mangyayari naman? Halip na 110, madadagdag na naman si 11 pesos. So, you have 110 plus 11 is 121 multiply by 0.1. And that is equal to 12.1. Kapag hindi mo pa ulit nabayaran si 12.1, ano ang mangyayari? Madadagdag na naman siya sa principal mo. So, lalaki yung utang mo. Okay? Ang idea nga ni compound interest, yung interest nung capital na inutang mo o nung principal na inutang mo ay nanganak pa ng nanganak. Okay? Yung anak niya ay nanganak ulit ng nanganak ulit. So, yun yung idea ng compound interest natin. Then, syempre, sa compound interest, sinusolve din natin kung ano ba yung future worth, ilan na ba ang future worth, magkano na ba ang present worth ng pera ko. So, yun yung kalimitan na kino-compute kapag compound interest. Do we have formula to compute this worth? Yes, meron po tayong formula. And these are this one. So, lagay natin siya dito sa taas. We have, as you can see here, F is equal to P times 1 plus I raised to N. Yung F natin still stands for the future worth. Yung P naman ay present worth. Okay? Yung I, interest rate pa rin siya. Then yung N ay number of interest period. Then, kapag naman, baliktad naman tayo. Kapag ang gusto naman nating malaman is the present worth of your money, you have P is equal to F times 1 plus I raised to negative N. Take note of the exponent. You have negative here. Okay? Bakit ba siya naging negative? Galing din dito yan sa formula ng future. Kasi di ba ang formula for future is F is equal to P times 1 plus I raised to positive N. Tama? Ngayon, ang gusto kong malaman is si P. So, anong gagawin mo? syempre, i-divide mo lang si F by the quantity 1 plus I. Tama ba? So, F divided by 1 plus I raised to positive N. Diba? Ganyan ang mangyayari. Kapag ayaw mo ng ganitong itsura, gusto mo ay diretso lang, ano nga ang nangyayari kapag si denominator itinaas natin sa numerator? Nagiging negative yung exponent. Kaya lumabas yung formula na P is equal to F times 1 plus I raised to negative N. So, doon ang galing. So, that should be exponent. Sorry. Doon ang galing yung ating formula for present worth. We have negative N. So, huwag kakalimutan yung negative exponent. So, wag na nating patagalin. Let's have our first example for compound interest. This problem, put it here, then that's it. The amount of 50,000 was deposited in the bank, earning an interest of 7.5% per annum. Determine the total amount at the end of 5 years if the principal and the interest were not withdrawn during the period. So, ano ang sabi kay example number 1? You have 50,000 pesos na dineposit sa bangko. Okay? Yung bangko nagbibigay ng 7.5% per annum. Guys, kapag sinabi nating per annum, that is also per year or yearly interest rate. So, yung 7.5, every year mo siya ipapatong. Okay? Now, we need to determine magkano na kaya yung 50,000 na dineposit ko after 5 years. So, yung 50,000 na yun, hindi mo siya gagalawin. Parang hahayaan mo lang siya dun sa bangko sa loob ng 5 taon. Kasi sabi, if the principal and the interest were not withdrawn. Kumbaga, hindi mo siya talaga pinakailaman. Hinayaan mo lang sa bangko. Binalikan mo siya is after 5 years na. So, if we are looking for the amount at the end of 5 years, therefore, we are computing for the future worth of our money. Tama ba? So, kung future, alin ang gagamitin nating formula? So, we have F is equal to P times 1 plus I raised to positive N. So, we have positive. Then, supplyan lang natin ng data yung ating formula. So, we have F is equal to, ilan ang P natin? Si 50,000 yung dineposit natin sa bangko. Multiply by 1 plus, ilan ang interest? 7.5% per annum. So, dapat naka-decimal. So, you have 1 plus 0.075. Raised to, ilan naman ang exponent niya? Gaano mo siya katagal iniwan sa bangko? 5 years. So, raised to 5. Therefore, F is equal to 71,781.466. Okay? So, yan na ngayon yung amount of money mo after 5 years. So, palitan lang natin ng font to indicate that this is your final answer. So, we have here in pesos. So, di ba, lalaki yung pera mo kapag dineposit mo sa bangko. So, kaya nga meron tayong nagsisave tayo sa bangko. Kasi, kahit wala kang gawin, ilagay mo lang yung pera mo, kikita at kikita yung iyong pera na nasa bangko. Understand? Okay, let's try another problem. Kung medyo malabo pa kay number 1, let's try another one. Syempre, if we're done with example number 1, we are now down to example number 2. Dito ko na lang ilagay. For example number 2, a sum of 1,000 pesos is invested now and left for 8 years, at which time the principal is withdrawn. The interest has accrued is left for another 8 years. If the effective annual interest rate is 5%, what will be the withdrawal amount at the end of the 16th year? So, ano ulit ang sabi kay number 2? Meron kang 1,000 pesos na ininvest. Ngayon, iniwan mo siya doon for 8 years. After 8 years, winidraw mo si principal. Alin ang principal mo? Yung 1,000, yung ininvest mo, yung capital mo. That is your principal. Then, yung matitira, syempre, nanganak na si 1,000, nagka-interest na yon for 8 years, iiwan mo ulit yon. Yun na lang yung magiging pera mo. Then, iwan mo ulit siya after 8 years. Solve natin siya. Syempre, kung yung ininvest mong 1,000, iiwan mo for 8 years, ano nga hanapin natin? Yung future worth ng 1,000 pesos. Tama? Magkano na kaya si 1,000 na ininvest ko after 8 years? So, magkano kaya siya? Solving natin, we have F is equal to 1,000 times 1 plus, ilan ang interest natin? We have annual interest rate of 5%. When we say annual, yearly. Okay? Per annum. Pareho lang sila. So, 5% in decimal is 0.05. Raised to, ilang taon mo nga siya iniwan? 8 years. Magkano na kaya si 1,000? Ilan na kaya ang accumulate niya? We have F is equal to 1,477.455 pesos. So, kumita na si 1,000 mo sa loob ng 8 years. Ang sabi, after 8 years, winidraw mo si 1,000. Magkano na lang matitira sa pera mo kung winidraw mo si 1,000? Dissolve natin. Let's say, money left na lang. Lagay natin. We have money left is equal to 1,477.455 minus yung principal mo na 1,000, that is equal to 477.455 pesos. So, ito na lang pala yung natira mong pera nung winidraw mo si 1,000. Ngayon, ang sabi, si interest daw ay, ibig sabihin, itong 477, ito yung naging interest mo. Tama ba? Ito yung kinita mo. Si interest daw ay iniwan mo ulit for another 8 years. Okay? Diyan muna ulit si 477. After 8 years, so anong gagawin natin? Isosolve ulit natin yung future worth. Magkano siya after 8 years? Kasi ang tanong, amount at the end of the 16th year. So we have F. Same formula pa rin kasi we are looking for the future worth. So, F is equal to, ano na ngayon ang principal? Will be 1,000 ulit or 477 na? Alin na ang gagamitin natin? So, ang gagamitin na natin for this part is yung 477.455. Then, you multiply it by 1 plus, ilan ang interest? 0.05. Ilan ang gagawin nating exponent? We have 8 years. Okay, bakit 8 years? Kasi sabi, interest is left for another 8 years. So, we have F is equal to 705.418. So, ito na yung ating magiging sagot for number 2. Baka nagtataka kayo, ma'am, the question is at the end of 16th year. So, dapat po naka-raise sa 16. So, hindi. Kasi, di ba, you have first 8, yung unang 8 taon, then another 8 years. So, 8 plus 8 is 16. So, yun yung tinatanong sa atin. Okay? Kaya, 8 yung ginamit natin, hindi 16. Okay? So, now, let's try another problem. Yes, I have another problem prepared for you. This one. We have, how many years are required for 1,000 pesos to increase to 2,000 if invested at 9% per year compounded continuously? Ano ang napansin nyo sa problem? Ang tinatanong ay hindi future, hindi rin present, pero how many years? Kung how many years ang tanong, alin ba yung nag-i-indicate ng time doon sa formula natin? Yung N. Tama ba? But then, ano pa ang napansin? 9% per year, may kasunod, compounded continuously. When we say compounded continuously, meron tayo ditong formula na gagamitin. Napansin nyo ba kanina doon sa taas? Balik natin sa taas. We have this formula. For continuous compounding, you have F is equal to PERT. So, every time na may mabasa ka na compounded continuously or continuous compounding, automatic na ang gagamitin mong formula is F is equal to PERT. Kasi yung continuous compounding natin tell us that there is an infinite number of periods kung saan mag-i-interest ka. Okay? That is continuous compounding. So, kung yun ang gagamitin natin, so we have F is equal to PE raised to RT. RT is an exponent of E. Okay? So, kopyahin natin dito. We have F is equal to PE. Naka-raise yung RT ha. Raised to RT. So, dito sa formula na to, alin yung nag-i-indicate ng time? Kasi yun ang kailangan natin. Yung T. Tama ba? Then, ano yung F at yung P? Still, future worth and present worth. E is a mathematical expression. Okay? Then, yung F natin, alin siya dito? Is it the 1,000 or 2,000? Ano ba ang tanong? Required for 1,000 para maging 2,000. Okay? Kailan daw magiging 2,000 yung 1,000? Therefore, alin kayang N doon? Yung 2,000 pesos. So, we have 2,000 is equal to 1,000 times E raised to, ilan ang rate of interest natin? 9% pa rin. So, you have 0.09 times T. Okay? T lang ang ilalagay natin kasi yun yung hinahanap nating variable. Pwede natin siyang i-simplify. I-divide natin si 2,000 by 1,000. So, we have 2,000 divided by 1,000 is 2 is equal to, ano na lang matitira? E raised to 0.09t. Then, we are going to solve for t. Let's say, solve t. Ilang kaya ang magiging value ng ating time or ng ating interest period? So, we have 7.70163. So, sobrang haba ng decimal niya. Kapag ganito yung nakuha nyo sa sagot, your answer must be round off to 3 decimal places. Tandaan, dapat naka 3 decimal places. Palagi ang inyong final answer. So, palagi yun ha. So, if you have this answer, ano na lang magiging sagot mo? You have T is equal to 7.70. 1 yung pangatlong decimal, tama ba? Pero, 6 ang kasunod. So, anong gagawin? Round up. So, 7.702. And that is your answer. We have T is equal to 7.702 years. Okay? So, it will take 7 years para maging 2,000. Gets? So, now, meron pa ulit another problem. We have example number 4. So, medyo madami-dami itong ating na prepared for you. So, example number 4 is this one. Dito ko na lang ilagay siguro. Sabi sa example number 4, find the present value of installment payments of 1,000 pesos now, 2,000 at the end of the first year, 3,000 at the end of the second year, 4,000 at the end of the third year, and 5,000 at the end of fourth year. Money is worth 10% compounded annually. So, anong makikita? Installment payments. Okay? When we say installment, hulog-hulugan. Ngayon, kung mapapansin nyo, hindi naman pare-pareho yung value na hinuhulog niya. 1,000 lang, tapos naging 2,000, naging 3,000, naging 5,000. So, palaki ng palaki. Paano natin siya isosolve? Kasi ano bang hinahanap again? Kailangan malinaw sa atin ano ba yung sinosolve. We need to find the present value of installment payments. Present value nilang lahat. Nung lahat ng value dito, kukunin natin ang present amount nila. So, ano ba kasi ang nangyayari kay example number 4? So, this is the cash flow. Illustrate natin. So, ganito yung nangyayari sa kanya. Can you see it? Yung 1,000, di ba ang sabi? Ngayon, ibig sabihin, nandun na siya sa year 0. Ngayon, sa panahon ngayon, di ba present ang hinahanap natin? So, you have 2,000 at the end of the first year. So, at the end of first year, you have 2,000. Then, 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. Ang gusto nating malaman ay itong P sa year 0, yung katumbas na present worth nilang lahat. Anong gagawin natin? Siyempre, yung other payments, dadalhin natin kay year 0 lahat. Okay? So, paano natin gagawin yon? Ano ang formula na gagamitin natin? Siyempre, yung P. Kasi present worth ang gusto nating malaman. So, we have P is equal to F times 1 plus I. Anong exponent natin? Is it positive or negative? We are computing for the present. That should be negative n. Okay? Then, dediretsuhin ko na yung formula ay yung solution. Okay? Hindi ko na iisa-isahin. We have P is equal to 1,000 pesos. Si 1,000, hindi na natin siya i-multiply by the quantity 1 plus I. Kasi nandun na siya sa year 0, i-add na lang natin siya. Okay? Hindi mo na siya kailangang galawin. Nandun na siya. Si 2,000 na lang tayo mag-a-add. So, we have 2,000 times 1 plus I, which is 10%. So, that is 0.1 raised to negative ilan? Ilan ang exponent? Negative 1 kasi nasa first year siya. 'Di ba? Isang taon lang yung lalakbayin niya papunta sa year 0. Then, ano ang sunod dito? We have yung then next we have, syempre kay 3,000 naman tayo kasi tapos na tayo kay 2,000. So, we have 3,000 times 1 plus, ilan ang interest? Still 10% pa rin. Yung 10% ay i-apply mo sa kanilang lahat. Okay, so we have 0.1. Mababago ba yung exponent natin? Do you think? Kasi di ba si 3,000 nasa 2. So, mababago. We have negative 2. Then for 4,000, you have 4,000 times 1 plus I, which is, no. We have 1 plus I, 0.1 again, raised to, again, iba ulit ang kanyang exponent kasi nasa third year na siya, so negative 3, plus 5,000 times 1 plus I, which is 0.1, raised to negative 4. That is our expression. So, P is now equal to 11,717.847 pesos. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng installment payment na binayad mo, ito na yung equivalent niya. Kung kukwentahin mo sa panahon or sa present value, you have 11,717. Okay? So, kapag you are given data or values na ganito sa example natin, so you now know how to solve it. Okay? You will treat each and every one of them as a single payment. Okay? Isa-isa mo silang itatakbo or dadalhin papunta sa year 0. Kapag present, paano kapag future? E di pabalik ka naman, papunta ka naman sa year 4. Okay? So, kung pabalik tayo, papunta ka year 4, alin ang hindi natin mumultiplyan ng 1 plus I? Si 5,000 kasi nasa year 4 na siya. Si 1,000, mamultiplyan natin kasi itatakbo natin siya or dadalhin natin siya doon. Okay? That is how you are going to solve if you are given this problem. How about this problem? We have, don't worry, this will be the last problem. So hold on. For example, number 5, you borrow 3,500 for 1 year from a friend at an interest rate of 1.5% per month instead of taking a loan from a bank at a rate of 18% per year. Compare how much money you will save or lose on the transaction. So, yung kwento naman kay number 5, umutang ka daw or nanghiram ka ng pera kay friend kesa mag-loan sa bangko. Yung ba daw panghihiram mo ng pera kay friend ay makakasave ka doon or malulugi ka? So, you need to compare. And example number 5 will be your problem. What do you mean by your problem? It will be your assignment. So, kayo muna yung magsosolve, then we are going to answer this example on our next discussion. Okay? So, this concludes our discussion about compound interest.